Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, Nigerian Minister of Agriculture, was elected this Thursday president of the AfDB in Abidjan, succeeding
2015. A new journey began in the career of Dr. Akinwumi Adesina as he took over the leadership of the African Development Bank Group as the 8th president from the then outgoing president Donald Kaberuka, who led the bank from 2005 to 2015.
You can fit it in. You can see. But I just want to say to President Kaberuka that you don't have to look back and worry about your legacy. Your legacy is secure. You've done a tremendous amount of job. And as somebody taking over from you, I will build on that tremendous legacy that you have left us.
He set to work immediately, capturing his vision and mission as High Five. Channels Television was one of the first to meet up with him as he elaborated on what his vision means.
The High Fives are basically the priorities of the bank. The first one is to light up and to power Africa. The second one is to feed Africa. The third one is to industrialize Africa. The fourth one is to integrate Africa. The fifth one is quite exciting for me, is to improve the quality of life of the people of Africa. We call them the High Fives, that are top priorities of the bank.
To achieve the High Five, Dr. Adesina led the team to create and implement programs which should specifically address the noted and prioritized challenges. They include the Climate Action Window, which attracted $4 billion in subscription, African Adaptation Acceleration Program, a $25 billion initiative on scaling climate resilience, affirmative finance action for women in Africa, providing $2.5 billion in financing over 24,000 women-owned businesses, technologies for African agricultural transformation, which benefited over 22 million farmers, Light Up and Power Africa, which has provided access to electricity for over 28 million people.
These 5 days of training will further strengthen your knowledge and skills in the day-to-day tools you require to deal with the challenges you face in debt management, transparency, and sustainability in your respective countries.
Dr. Adesina also gave attention to debt management on the continent, and that led to the creation of Public Finance Management Academy for Africa, also Debt Management Forum for Africa, the launch of Africa's macroeconomic performance and outlook, and there's also Youth Entrepreneurship Investment Bank. And in Nigeria, the focus was largely on adding value to agricultural value chain, especially through special agro-industrial processing zones, which are economic hubs in rural areas to boost commercial agriculture, increase productivity, and attract private sector investment, and ultimately enhance export revenues and reduce imports in participating countries. 5 years into his leadership, the COVID-19 pandemic struck and disrupted normal activities in the world.
Before the COVID-19,
Dr. Adesina had the responsibility to customize the response of the AfDB to suit the new realities for Africa.
Africa has lost over a decade of economic growth. Africa's recovery will be long and difficult. Now we must help Africa to build and to build back boldly, but smartly, paying greater attention to quality growth, health, climate, and the environment. Yet, even in these changing times, the board of directors of the African Development Bank Group pulled together to support Africa. The bank launched a $10 billion COVID-19 response facility to support African countries. We launched, as you heard in that video, a $3 billion social bond on the global market, the largest US dollar-denominated social bond ever in world history. These actions reflect our ambition, our unshaken commitment, and unyielding responsibility to support, stabilize, and strengthen African economies.
While handling COVID-19, Dr. Adesina's first term elapsed, and amidst face masks and social distancing as well as controlled in-person gatherings, he got a nod of the board for a second term in office. This allowed him to continue the work of empowering the continent to overcome the impact of COVID-19 and also accelerate inclusive development for Africans. Achievements for the continent also led to achievements for the institution, as it recorded its largest capital increase from $93 billion in 2015 to a reported $318 billion, and this has vastly increased its lending capacity. There's also the record fund replenishment, which is the bank's concessional window for low-income countries. It's been raised to a record $8.9 billion for its most recent replenishment. Through a joint initiative with other partners, it has mobilized over $200 billion in investment commitments, positioning Africa as a key investment destination, and it consistently maintained its AAA credit rating from major global rating agencies.
Now let us go to work. I am ready.
As Dr. Akinwumi Adesina concludes his tenure and hands over to the 9th President Sidi Ould of Mauritania, whose election was in May 2025, the world will be watching the direction of the institution's developmental work for the continent at a time when trade tariffs emanating from the United States is reshaping trade routes and partners. Ini John Mekwa, Channels Television News.